was Get Down on It like just a thing people said, you know, like, you know, who made that phrase?
Yeah.
Because
Get down on it.
regardless, it's brilliant to make it a lyric. I mean, like, get down on it.
Yeah.
Like, like, holy shit. Like, and what's it? I don't know, but get down.
That whole song is just genius.
Well, what if it was
every time I listen to him, I'm like, dude, I'm never tired of this song.
Well, there's a few out there that are just like, you're like, there's nothing that they did wrong in this song.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder what, then you listen to other music and you're like, why couldn't they bottle lightning again, you know? I don't know, it's so strange.
I know. But there's a few other really great now I'm blanking on that band's name. Cool in the Gang. There's a bunch of great Cool in the Gang songs. I don't play Celebration, and I've seen the 7-inch. I'm like, I'm not buying that.
Do you?
I don't want it.
You could always play Parliament. I mean, I find the Parliament's one of the only bands where the hits I've never grown tired of.
Yeah, because I have the Knee Deep on 7-inch, and it's just like clap boo, and it's
dude,
like
that shit
without fail.
Oh my god!
And everyone sings like that, but it's like, oh shit, they're singing.
Like, oh my god, I love that.
I should have wrote that.
That's
song.
That kind of singing. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling this.
Let's go.
That singing, I don't know about you, but like, when did you, like, I started singing kind of late in the game. My parents were always like, you always had a good voice, whatever. And I was like, you're growing up, and I don't want to say if it's just for boys growing up, but when you're growing up and you like, want to be a musician, like, it's kind of hard to figure out like what kind of, because singing is also like, you know, one size does not fit all. Like,
yeah.
Like that's also why I started making smoother music because I've got that my voice is able to do it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to do other genres. And I think that song, that's one of those like moments that you're like, you're driving in your car and you're like, let me try doing that.
Yeah,
and then you try doing that enough, and then one day you can just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why Parliament, like funk music, I think if you're trying to learn how to sing, funk music is such a, funk music and old country.
Yeah.
They, because they're always, I don't know, I mean, at least for myself. So for any Julians out there, if you're starting out, listen to more funk music and country music from the 50s because it'll work for you. Trust me. The proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
You know? But
here you are.
It's that like kind of funk music has, I think, something very important in that song. It's the idea that there's so much emotion in him singing that, but it's not like emo.
No.
And I think that's the hardest thing to do in music is to find a way to be emotional, but not emo, right? Because it's like, because everyone is, I hate the concept where it's like, oh, it's too emo. And you're like, but that's weird that it would be bad because we're all humans with emotions.
Yeah.
So it should be relatable. But I think it's like, emo is whining, right?
Yeah.
And emotional is just expressing. Is that?
Yeah.
Did we get there?
Yeah, totally.
All right, podcast done.
Yeah.
All right, see ya. Let's crack another one.
Okay?
Yeah,
no, exactly. Have you ever seen Parliament live?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
it's not.
It was one of those things where I saw them before I smoked weed, and then after I smoked weed, and then I saw them after I started taking like acid, and mushrooms, and shit. Yeah. And I will say, they've been tight all 3 times. They're so tight.
Have you seen them? Well, they're not touring anymore, I think.
Yeah, no,
I saw him towards the end.
Yeah.
It was my first and only time seeing him.
This was
and he kind of just sat there on the chair.
He's
and
an
like
old dude, man.
Of course,
He's an old man.
I'm not saying for that. Yeah. But then
How dare you?
He's just sitting there on the chair and like he has like a Bootsy Collins wannabe guy. He's just super skinny and he's dancing around. But at one point, George Clinton just stands up out of nowhere, grabs the microphone and just starts just jerking it off.
Oh, yeah.
The stand. I was
you're gonna,
what?
Here's the thing. If you're Dr. Funkenstein, you're gonna jerk off a microphone stand. Yeah. You're gonna jerk off a mic, dude.
I was like, damn, he hasn't done shit this whole show, but he just stands up for this moment.
Well, yeah, he's kind of there just to remind you. He's like, hey, no one here except for maybe a couple of horn players. Yeah. Maybe the guitarist we picked up in the mid 80s.
Totally.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he's just there to be like, hey, I'm just giving you good vibe. He's just there for the vibe.
Totally.
Man.
You know, they roll with a big crew. That's a big band to pay. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much fun do you think it's fun?
Must be insane.
It must be fun, right?
He must get fucked up all day.
Well, so his whole thing
was, just like drinking booze. I mean, like, let's get to the show. I don't have to do shit. I'm fucking drunk.
I hope I don't want to be spreading false rumors about George Clinton.
I don't know.
George.
Can I open for you?
I think that I read that he was arrested outside like a playground, smoking crack.
I believe it.
And so in the recent years, he got off crack, allegedly. And when I saw him the second or third time, I think it was the second time, the guy was like, sorry everybody, George isn't here. You're probably wondering where the dreads are. Yeah. He's like, and you're not going to see any dreads tonight. Oh. And everyone's like, oh. He goes, but George Clinton's been on stage this whole time. He was on stage the whole time. He had cut all his hair off.
Yeah, he didn't have dreads on.
Yeah, so like, and that was when he was like kind of he compared to when I saw him like 10 years prior, he looked so much better.
Wow.
So I think that he's now just a grandpa.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he has to go out there and look at you and jerk off a microphone stand. I mean, here's the thing.
And you're just standing there, oh.
Maybe that's the thing. Like one day we'll get to a point in our lives where we'll be,
I'm pretty close to that
80,
energy.
right?
I'm close to that energy on stage right now.
Oh yeah.
Jerking off a mic stand.
Oh,
if only my audience wasn't so young. Call me